The Utah Legislature may soon legalize the drying of the Great Salt Lake's North Arm. Hi, I'm Joe from Utah Rivers Council, and this is Liquid Courage, a no bull series about water in Utah. Today, we're talking about a new bill that will dry up the north arm of the Great Salt Lake, which represents 40% of the lake's surface area. The Great Salt Lake is divided by a railroad causeway into two sections, the north arm and the south arm. All the rivers which feed the lake enter the south arm, so the causeway keeps water from flowing to the north arm except through a narrow breach. Utah manages this breach with an adjustable berm to restrict water flows, in part to control salinity levels in the south arm. Utah law requires that if water flows to the north arm are stopped, they must be restored within 18 months according to a plan that must be developed when the breach is closed. This legal requirement to restore flows to the north arm is the only guarantee water will reach it after it gets cut off. But with this new bill, the Utah Legislature is trying to make this requirement optional. If this bill passes as written, Utah would still have to write a plan to restore flows to the north arm, but they wouldn't have to comply with it. So we will only get lip service that Utah will preserve the north arm. Why are we reluctant to trust Utah? To restore the Great Salt Lake to a healthy water level by the year 2045, Utah needs to deliver nearly 1 million acre-feet of water per year, in addition to the river flows currently entering the lake. But all the measures the state has implemented so far are delivering less than 100,000 acre-feet of additional water to the lake each year, even after all of Utah's promises to save the lake. This math shows that Utah isn't doing enough to regulate water waste upstream. That's why the lake has been disappearing for 25 years under Utah's leadership, and that's why they're retreating from the north arm of the Great Salt Lake. Our staff have been educating legislators to save the north arm by keeping the requirement to restore water flows, but we need your help. Ask your Utah legislators to revise the Great Salt Lake Amendments Bill to keep the requirement to maintain the Great Salt Lake's north arm. Visit UtahRivers.org to join us in our fight to save the Great Salt Lake. See you next time.